Hello guys, Matthew here and welcome back again to the TechTeak YouTube channel. It's been a while since I last time tried something from Roccat, and luckily lately they've introduced a bunch of new peripherals, so to change it up a bit today I'll be checking out their new Kone EMP gaming mouse, the what seems to be a polished successor of their XTD model. This well-known German manufacturer decided to once again release another version of their famous Kone series of gaming mice, this one again having a bunch of new and latest features, like for example the owl eye sensor, which is their derivative of the Pixar's 3360 sensor, Omron switches, and of course the ever so present RGB lighting. In the box, which remained the same as before design packaging wise, you will find a user manual with some stickers and of course the mouse itself. If you've ever encountered the original XTD series, right away you can notice that the new EMP model isn't that much different from it design-wise, if at all, and bottom line you could say that they look identical. The only thing that EMP model is missing is that additional switch in front of the scroll wheel. Putting that aside, I like its design, overall it's pretty subtle. The only thing that pops out is their logo on the back and these two glossy arches that go across and which are hiding the RGB LEDs. Its shape is very smooth and follows the palm really well. It has that almost rubber-like feel of the surface to it, while the good build quality gives it that extra something. Although this is a bit bigger mouse, which you can right away notice once you grab it for the first time, it fit me quite well as a palm grip type of user. I had no complaints on its ergonomics. The thumb falls nicely into this indent on the side, while the ring finger grabs that right sloped contour of the mouse shell. I would definitely suggest you to try it out before you buy it if you have a smaller to medium sized hand. The button placement is pretty common for this segment. We have the main, of course, left and right click, two back and forward side buttons, also two buttons for changing up the DPI on the fly behind the scroll wheel, of course the scroll wheel itself with the middle click, and one big plus over other gaming mouse, and that's the left and right side scroll clicks. But, as we all know, looks can be deceiving, and although it's not that different from the XTD series from the outside, the new EMP model brings in a lot of changes below its hood. As I mentioned, this model brings in Roccat's new owl eye sensor, which is essentially a modified Pixar's 3360 high-end 12,000 dpi optical sensor. As you would guess, in action this sensor is as precise as they can get nowadays. It's very accurate with excellent tracking, no signs of loss or jitter. All in all, everything you would expect from this particular Pixar sensor, and in terms of other mice which also have it and which I've tried before. The buttons, or to be more precise, Omron switches which it uses, are very firm, direct and with zero mushy feel. The scroll wheel is even better, extremely precise, with very satisfying, crisp and distinctive wheel steps. The mouse glided smoothly over my cloth-like surface mousepad, and it was overall very responsive to use, and the only complaint I have on it is that it's on the heavier side compared to its main rivals, with weight being around 120 grams, while this time we don't have any modular weight system like seen on the XTD model. Lift-off distance is reasonably low at its lowest settings, but you can change it in Roccat's Swarm software if you wish to. Speaking of that, it's been some time since I've checked their software utility, so this time I was welcomed with its new and somewhat redesigned interface. At first, it still feels a bit overwhelming and cluttered up in my opinion, although they did make the interface a bit bigger and better laid out, so it doesn't seem like there's so much going on at one place as it did before. Other than that, your usual settings are still here. We have your profile and macro managers on the bottom, three main tabs, first one called settings with DPI, scroll and sensitivity options, second one called button assignment, in which you can reprogram any of those mouse buttons to your willing, and the last one, advanced settings, containing pulling rate, lift-off distance, sound feedback, which is a really awesome feature,
1600 dpi, 1200 dpi, 800 dpi.
And of course your RGB illumination control, which gets a pretty modest amount of space in the application itself and which lets you choose 4 effects or lighting states, beside the off state of course, throughout 4 different zones, so you can make a color flow effect from front to back and within 3 effect speeds. Of course, within it you can also use some of Roccat's other features like Swarm Connect mobile app for monitoring and Talk FX, which lets you connect multiple, and for that feature also supported other Roccat's peripherals, so you can do key bindings or in-game lighting effects. The lighting itself is pretty tame looking, not too bright or too dim, somewhere in the middle, which is okay since you don't have any control in regards of the brightness, and all in all Roccat decided to keep it classy and subtle and not over the top tacky. That's it guys for this time from me. Thank you once again for watching. Feel free to toss me a thumbs up if you like what you saw, that really helps me a lot. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the product or if you want to leave your suggestions, and of course feel free to subscribe for content further down the line, or you can just check out some of my other videos from before. Until then, catch you later guys.